it's Michelle with Star Bright Mind. I am a hypnotherapist and I'm here to help you overcome your blocks, get on the path of becoming the person you want to be and living the life you want to live, and finding the most easy and effortless process to doing that. So hypnotherapy is a powerful tool to accomplish dramatic change in your life. And I kind of want to talk about that today, how that big change can happen from a small thing. So I'm currently reading the book Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. And of course, it's all about money. So he's talking about compounding interest. And I found that really interesting in relation to hypnotherapy, especially because of the analogy he used, which is another separate connection. But he talks about the Ice Age and how ice ages have occurred several times throughout the Earth's history. And what creates an ice age, which of course we can imagine as being a very dramatic shift in the Earth's environment, in the experience of Earth, is the tilt of the Earth. And it's not just the tilt of the Earth, it's what happens because of the tilt of the Earth and the little micro changes that happen. So basically, the Earth tilts a certain way and it gets a little cooler, and it's not about having these cold winters, but it's about having a cold summer where snow doesn't melt. And then the snow stays on the ground, so the next winter comes, more snow comes, and then summer comes, and there's even a thicker layer of snow. And it progresses like that, and ultimately because more of the ground is being covered by snow, it's reflecting the light back and it's not warming up, and so we end up in this big dramatic ice age. And then the Earth shifts in another direction, and then it's able to melt and go in the whole other direction with little micro changes. And he's using this analogy to talk about compound interest, which is again like one little investment, just make that move and let it grow. Let it grow, let your money grow, let the changes fluctuate a bit, but evolve until you have quite a significant savings. But I really liked the Ice Age analogy. So how does that relate to hypnotherapy? Well, when you change a belief, you can think of that as the tilt of the Earth. So when you remove one belief, say you're leaning this way, and you shift this way, then what you're doing is changing the way your subconscious mind is communicating with your body, or more the content of what your subconscious mind is communicating to your body. And so when that shifts a little bit, you start making slightly different decisions. And they aren't things that you necessarily notice right when you're making the decision, but you might reflect back and be like, oh, that was a little different. I don't usually make that decision. But as you continue to allow that new belief to influence the decisions you're making, you start creating very huge change in your life, dramatic change, real change, and permanent change. It's kind of like turning a ferry. Like, it doesn't just whoop whoop like move around. It's a slow shift, and you can't just turn it right back. Like, once you make this shift, you start making these decisions, you can't suddenly go back where you were. It's just not an option anymore. You're different. You're on a different path. You're making different decisions, and you are creating different outcomes. So it's not about trying to change the experience. It's not about like being the Earth and saying, oh, get me closer to the sun, I want to melt the snow. Like, it's about, okay, I just need to shift my axis and naturally allow what's going to happen. And it may happen quickly, it may happen over a little bit of time, but it's the little micro decisions that create the change, and that all comes from within, right? So it's not about, I need to do this, I need to do that, I should do this differently. It's about, okay, what belief is holding me back? What is a better belief? Let's really align with that and get to a space where that is true for me, and this is done in hypnosis, where your subconscious mind is very active, it's very suggestible, and we are able to kind of negotiate with it. You're able to kind of dialogue with it so that it can grasp how this new positive belief is actually true, is actually helpful and beneficial and ideal and fact in your life now. And when you accept that new belief as truth, as fact, you start acting on that. Everything about the way you perceive reality and the way you function within your body shifts ever so slightly. So that is really how one little belief shift can create dramatic change in your life. And it's not necessarily a feeling of like, let's think, oh, I want more money, so it's a belief directly related to money. The belief might be, I don't deserve money, I don't deserve good things, I don't deserve love, I don't deserve attention, I don't deserve anything I want. It could be something that, fundamental. And so what your new belief will be is, I deserve what I desire, I deserve what I want. And so it's not just money that's going to change in your life, it's relationships, it's your experience of everything you do. You're going to enjoy your life more because you deserve to enjoy it. And it's just a huge dramatic shift in your life. And I've seen this and I've experienced it. So I think the thing to remember about creating change is that it doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be dramatic, and it is never created from the outside. It's always within. So hopefully that kind of inspired you a little bit to consider what your beliefs might be, maybe what beliefs you'd like to have. You can always kind of affirm those into yourself. It's always best before you fall asleep at night or when you wake up in the morning, when you're really kind of a little bit in your subconscious hypnotic state. But if you want some help with this, please book a free consultation with me. The link's below, and I would be happy to work with you and get you on your path of creating dramatic change with little micro shifts. All right, take care. Wishing you all the best.